Welcome to the Music Library of the Don Wright Faculty of Music. I'm Brian McMillan, the director of the Music Library, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to some of the great features here. Located on the second floor of Talbot College, we like to think of ourselves as the heart of the faculty. Why? Because regardless of whatever you study, whether it's music theory, musicology, performance, music education, composition, you have a place here in the Music Library. Our purpose is to connect musicians with the materials they need, not just for their coursework, but for the broader world of music beyond the walls of the university. The materials they need to create, to discover, and to research. We have scores, recordings, books and journals about music, both here on the shelves and online. Some of our most popular databases are the Met Opera on Demand and the Berlin Philharmonic Digital Concert Hall, which take you to performances live from around the world. We have a variety of study spaces too. We have computers sitting at tables, we have individual comfy chairs you can sit on, a variety of equipment you can use, such as metronomes, tuning devices, electric keyboards, even charging cables. What's most important, however, is that the Music Library staff are all musicians. We speak the same language as you, and we can understand the challenges and the types of assignments that you need to complete in all of your courses. So don't feel hesitant to come to us to ask a question. We understand, and we're here to help. Now, one thing that sets the Music Library here at Western apart from practically any other library in North America are our special collections. Now, special collections are materials that are rare and unique, and for that reason they don't just appear on the shelves like any other published material. And I want to highlight three of the collections that we have that can be useful not just to the researcher, but also to the performer. So the foundation stone of our special collections first is the Gustav Mahler Alfred Rosé collection. Alfred Rosé was the nephew of the 19th century composer and conductor Gustav Mahler. He escaped Austria, the Nazis, in 1938 and eventually settled here in London, where he taught music here at the Faculty of Music for almost 3 decades. When he died, he left to the library a huge collection of family heirlooms. One is the earliest known example of Gustav Mahler's song composition. In fact, the earliest known composition in Gustav Mahler's hand. It's a set of songs that he wrote at the age of 19 and dedicated to his girlfriend. Another significant manuscript that we have is over here. It's Gustav Mahler's Symphony No. 1 in an early state, not the complete state that we know it today, but an earlier example. It's in a copyist's hand, but with Gustav Mahler's markings in color. Another significant subset of the Gustav Mahler Alfred Rosé collection concentrates on the life of Alfred's sister, Alma. She was a professional violinist in Austria and throughout Central Europe, touring with her own women's orchestra. However, during the Second World War, she was the leader of the women's orchestra in Auschwitz, playing for various functions, both for prisoners and for the prison guards, until her death in 1944 in the camp. Two other collections I want to highlight show the variety of materials that we have. First is the opera collection, which collects scores and manuscripts and librettos dating from the 1600s through to the 1800s. And I have one example here on display. It's a manuscript score of Isis dating from the late 1600s. It's an opera by Jean-Baptiste Lully, composed for the court of Louis XIV in France. A final collection that I'd like to draw your attention to is a local collection founded by a couple, Doctors James and Margaret Whitby, who have married their love of chamber music performance with their love of collecting antiquarian scores. So over several years, they have donated to the university a collection of scores and parts dating from the 18th century through to modern editions of chamber music for strings as well as for other combinations of instruments. I have one example here, which is a 1785 first printing, first edition of Mozart's Opus 10, Haydn string quartets, and I've got it open here to the dedication written by Mozart to his mentor and friend, Joseph Haydn. So I hope that whether you're interested in our special collections or have just a need to access our more general collections or want to ask a question, that you will feel welcome to come and join us here in the Music Library to discover more about the wonderful world of classical music.